drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they're getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink them like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blue's Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. Where the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix, flying high in the sky, and I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house, I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together, talk about financial freedom. BTC, ETH, XRP, that's a threesome. Three-way. Blockchain tokens got your boy really eating. Cryptocurrency is a gift from God. All praises to the Most High. Help me beat the odds, playing smart, so I don't get wrecked like you pencil next. Wear a crew, call me Spider-Man, the way I spider line. Until we position, then I exit trades right on time. Might tell you a secret, but I'll never drop a dime. Favorite pastime, sitting back, watching candles climb. If they go the other way, keep calm and don't trip. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. By the dip, get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. It ain't over for me. 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 It ain't over for me.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Friday today. And yeah, let's have a look. Let me make sure most systems go. There we go, everything's working now. So let's have a look what's going on here. With price, we've had obviously a pullback on gold, which, you know, per se is due here. Interested, actually, I haven't looked at Dixie. Are we seeing Dixie pump with it? Yes. Interesting strength here on Dixie. So let's have a look at the analysis. Let's see the calendar first though. See what we got going for today. We have an attempt at some news. Most likely won't go through. Otherwise, pretty clean actually. London is clean here. No Euro news, none of that. And yeah, you know, definitely something interesting. Definitely something interesting to have no news, and still they're putting, this is still confirmed, which is interesting, right? Because they didn't put it as tentative, so it's confirmed. So where are they getting this data from? Maybe just because it's preliminary, then it doesn't really matter, right? I'll have to check about that. This is from the Fed meeting yesterday. Good morning and welcome to Federal Reserve Board. This is his speech. The minute he says this, market dumps, right? Look what happened. Look what happened. He says this, good morning and welcome. Boop, market dumps. You know? So we're seeing de-escalation of political tensions in the Middle East, which is something big, right? Been a long good afternoon pump, good morning dump. Yeah, something like that, right? Oh, so he didn't speak. So they're projecting more cuts, which is typically more bullish for gold here. So let's have a look at technicals, how technicals have ended up when we have that type of news. So we pumped down here daily, very strong bearish daily close. Actually, since 24th of September, so about 20 days here, a little bit more actually, 24 days ago is when we had the last engulfing candle here. So we have an engulfing candle. This candle we respected the low. This candle here we are still respecting the low for now, but we have ended up in a bearish buy session with 4-hour time frame closing bearish. So this is definitely something interesting to see a bearish bias, but at 4-hour support. So it's pretty interesting scenario when we have a basically bearish bias, but we're at the bottom of the range. So if we start to see some bullish pressure, does it allow us to be mixed today? Because we are still bullish on higher time frame, this could be a good opportunity for pullbacks. At the same time, for sells today, it's not out of the question. Selling will be below this 4-hour support, which is our previous 4-hour support now, the one that we closed below. 1-hour time frame has a support right here as well that we need to keep an eye on. So in London session, I want to be sticking to only pullback trades. I'm not trading breakouts. They're not very effective in London. They're just hit or miss these days. So personally, I want to be sticking to breakouts. It's going to be a lot more efficient. No, I'm not sticking to breakouts. Sticking to pullbacks is going to be a lot more efficient during London, as we're just seeing lack of continuation, but we can get to highs. We've seen that happen again and again. London gets to a high and then fails. So if we're going to continue to do that, then I'll just look for trades where I can retrade back towards the high. That is how I'm going to treat it. So we have 1 hour resistance here, 1 hour support, we have some room. So if we can see sells below here, it does make sense. A little bit break of structure we would have here, right? 5-minute structure would break. 30-minute would not close. Yeah, it could close bearish at that point if we were to, you know, hang around for a bit. For now, we are still trying to consolidate here. So I want to be selling below here. I don't want to sell to here yet, unless we start to get above 1 hour, then maybe close below, retest 80, something like that. Because we could retest 70 here and reject and end up continuing up, right? So that's something I want to keep in mind. Now I'm just thinking in the back of my head, if I want to counter trend today. London has had quite a few counter trend moves. For me, counter trend only makes sense above this 1 hour resistance here. Above this 1 hour resistance, it only makes sense. Otherwise, I don't really like to yeah, I don't really like to go counter trend. I want to follow just bearish momentum. We have break of structure here, pull back, but if we're gonna continue up, we're gonna respect this previous zone like this, boom, because this is our previous range. So I want to be a seller below that. It's the concept we talked about. If you guys remember, we were talking about this concept. This is a prime example of that type of scenario where we can get the rejections and stuff like that from the previous range, which is why I want to be a seller below that range, right? Would be better for me. So yeah, let's have a look at DAX here on the other hand. DAX yesterday ended up beautifully breaking out towards all-time high. We got that later. Like I said, London just not performing for all-time high. Pullbacks are a lot better. But in New York, we did get a nice all-time high push, but it wasn't even New York. It was early. It was mid-session. So we had a mid-session push here, but it actually gave a rally here of what I was hoping for London, of around 70-point rally. So a beautiful rally yesterday, just the wrong time. This was the move I was trying to capitalize on. Unfortunately, I did not get this move. We instead got pullbacks on DAX here. So it was a shame to see that, but you know, we understand now that fine, London doesn't want to break out, but the breakouts are still there. They just want to come during NY. So if that's the case, then I'll just take breakouts during NY. I think even you can get away with taking this super deep candle and still almost make a 1-to-1, which is pretty crazy. But you're not going to get away with that in London. So if it comes back, I need to see it again and again and again. I could miss 6, 7, 8, 9 trades not taking breakouts, and all of the breakouts could start working, but I don't care, because long term, for the last 3 months plus, we have seen breakouts be inconsistent. Even at all-time high, which is a very consistent place, London just, there's not enough European, British activity to keep volume coming in. But you know, in US sessions, we're seeing at least a lot more market participants, and these upside pushes are actually happening. So something I'm going to keep in mind. Now, daily time frame after yesterday did end up closing bearish here, but very weak bearish candle close here. Nevertheless, still is bearish. 4 hour time frame here ended up closing bearish. So technically, we are a bearish buy session, but I consider it as mixed with how weak the previous daily is. But we are more on a bearish bias than bullish bias. So if that's the case, then we can be looking for sells, but our sell ranges are a little bit tough here. Not the easiest sell ranges we're playing with. Let's see what 15-minute is saying. So we have this support here, which is our previous range. So selling below there is actually not bad. Let's see how that looks on 1 hour. I believe it's messed up on 1 hour. Hopefully not. No, we have room. We have a little bit of room to get back down here. So yeah, we have some nice room to get back down here. And the buys counter trend today probably only going to be above this 1570 level. But I want to see structure first. Structure first, then buys. Heavy structure, because price is liking to fake out. I'm actually willing, and this might seem a little bit crazy, but we'll see. I just need to see how it forms. But on a breakout here, there's actually higher probabilities in a situation where you can expect it to go down to actually sell a breakout. At these current conditions, you could actually sell the breakout. I was experimenting last night, looking back at that, seeing how breakouts have been working during London. Not very high percentage. New York, they're running about 80% win rate. And in London, they're running around 45% win rate on breakouts in the last 3 months. So it's a negative trade. So then I was experimenting, okay, how can we be the opposite of the breakout, right? Can I start taking sells if we break out to the upside and buys if we break out to the downside? And then I was trying to find enough factors to be able to do that. And then it got late and I was feeling super tired, so I went to bed. So maybe I do that today. Spend 3-4 hours, push that data, then we see what I can do with that data. So yeah, that's the analysis. Let's see what happens today. Appreciate you guys all showing up to stream. Tomo God follows that strategy. First bar negative. It's not a first bar negative. I don't know what. Maybe it is the same thing. He just names it, but it's not. It's like if we break out towards upside in a certain session based on what's been happening, I can actually sell. I can sell. Is that the same as what he does, or is it something else? I'm not looking at a bearish close. I'm selling a bullish close. Problem is, you're wrong very quick. And stop loss placement is difficult because you don't have anywhere. First bar opposite, but what do you mean by opposite? Like it closes bearish or what? What books you recommend to improve trading psychology? The most popular that most people read is called Trading in the Zone. If it closes bearish, you take a buy. If it closes bullish, you take a sell. Well, I'm more looking for breakouts, right? If breakouts, but again, it's 45%. 45% is still not enough to, you need to see like it only worked 20% of the time. If it's only working 20%, if the breakout's only working 20% of the time, then it's profitable. Or maybe 30% of the time. But they're not in London, so you have to find a different factor as well, which, like I said, I just got tired. So I need to check that out. I cannot remember whose strategy is. I will find out. Sure, man. Would Be good to see if we can grab any information from there. So 1 hour closed bullish here. Didn't retest 1 hour resistance. It's the only thing I don't like. Six minutes for this candle to potentially close below here. Pretty big stops, 80 pips, but we do have range. Gold setup too if it closed below support. Yeah, I'd prefer one candle bullish first, then close below. That would be a lot more confidence inducing. Because we've already done that move from up here, right? So we have to do it again. This is an account I got in August. I wonder if others have more longs than shorts. Yeah, I have the same. %72 long, yeah. I want to put a little poll because I want to help people understand this factor. This is an important factor. So we're going to put one here in the exclusive group, and then we're going to do one on YouTube. We need to make emojis. Hey. Don't reply to this. I'm gonna add reactions of the letters. So it'll be easier on YouTube than here. Why is there no letter A? Oh, there it is. What? The only letter that there isn't is A. Are you kidding me? Where is A? How is that possible? How is A and B not there? That makes no sense. I literally told you not to reply to that, you reply to that. Well, I found B. So B we're just missing A now. Food, activities, travel, objects, symbols, flags, nature. Must be in symbols, right? Okay, we'll do this one. Two. So painful. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. 3. Okay, at least this works. All right, let's see. Is this 5 options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So now we can see. We will do the same one on YouTube. Alright, put it on YouTube. I didn't add only Asian because everyone watching on YouTube is not only trading Asian, because that would be lying because they're here right now. Can we vote now? Yeah. I just said don't react to it. Yeah, you can vote. People trading all three, I want to see your sleep schedule. It is possible in one time zone, I'm sure. You see that concept, how we react of previous range here, also for our support. Let's see what most popular is. Same on YouTube, most popular London NY. Let's see who's running all three. Here we go. Stefan running it mad. Taguru running it mad. Delete this. DAX goes above, no structure. I don't trust breakouts. Not for me. So now I want to see a pullback and then continuation is the only way I trade DAX. I'm not interested in breakouts. I don't mind seeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 breakouts happen. Doesn't interest me. Not during London. Only way I'll take some sort of breakout is aggressive. Structure, close above, maybe aggressive. I could do it in the Philippines. It's 2:15 here. If I got up early on the computer, I could trade all day. That's true. I do London through first hour of NY. We traded breakouts of DAX the other day. Yeah, all the losing trades in London have been continuation trades. All the pullback trades have won. So the problem is that we had a period where gold was breaking all-time high, and all of those breakouts won. So we thought we're back into that market conditions, but we weren't. I live in Japan, so Asia, then Gym, London, NY Open, then NYSC. Schedule on lock, huh? I mean, as long as you're not spending crazy amounts at each session, it is manageable. Okay, that's a good question for you. What has been your favorite recently? Asian, London, or NY? I'll be interested to see. Or let's say your most profitable. Let's see in YouTube chat as well. 70 people voted. What has been your most profitable session? Let's see in chat. Not over the year. I'm saying in the last 3 months. In the last 3 months. Not over the year. Over the year for me, London. But in the last 3 months, I'm interested. I'm seeing a lot of NY. NY, London has almost got me broke to change something, man. John loves London. NY most profitable. I work as a driver, cannot do Asia all the time. Makes sense. Asia, NY. Pretty mixed, which is interesting. So I have a reason why, and this is why I'm collecting this data. This is why I'm collecting this information. Because I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Managed to catch gold NYSE. What, the sells? If you trade all 3 sessions, what time would you trade all 3 sessions? I don't know in your time, but I would trade Asian, like, I'll trade the second half of Asian. It's been better from like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. my time, like 4:30, 4 a.m. to 6. I'll trade London from 10 to 12. I'll trade NY from 5:30 to 7. NY is profit for you. Asia is easy. London is what the fuck. All 3 sessions is somewhat viable here in Australia, but now DST, no chance. Yes. Do you trade NY PM session? As in what? PM session in NY or PM session for me? It is my PM session, yeah. London and NY are optimally best for me. And last 3 months, London not the best for me. NY has been outperforming it by far. Asia is amazing when Thunderbolt. Yeah, Asia, I would say when Asia moves, it's really good. When it's not moving, it's crap. Obviously. Works the same for all sessions. I used to, in one time, I actually caught my biggest trades in Asia, because what I used to do, one of my strategies was to try catch the daily move. So I would try understand, I would take like an intraday swing trade, and I would wake up for the daily open and analyze, and then, you know, try look for price to come to a zone of interest for the day, and rely on that being the daily top wick or bottom wick, and then continue the daily candle. Problem is when we go sideways. Nowadays, I only trade the news of NFP, CPI, and PPI. I wouldn't call that trading. I'm guessing your full margin as well, huh? How's your futures trade doing? Yeah, they're good, man. Just slowly growing that account. I'm only risking 0.5%. It's pretty boring, but I just want to keep it safe and see what is the best way. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking best way is to like keep aggressively trading. But that activation fee might make that unprofitable because it's not like FTMO where you get your money back. But your money back's only after first payout, so it's kind of the same thing. My plan now is maybe I'm looking at FTMO. And then for next year, I'll probably do FTMO. And then probably max funded on futures as well. Then I'll have 2 big accounts. I'll have 400k in funding at that point. So we'll see what damage we can do. FTMO has discount now. Yeah, it's okay, but I have to. I'm focusing on one more other account I need for end of year. And now when people try to call me out, I'm also doing the stream account as well. So that's adding a whole nother dynamic as well, to have a stream account, to have my personal account, to have my investment account, and to have my futures account. You can do 300k, 200 accounts with Apex. Apex is not allowed at where I live. I heard people saying NFP moved to today. It's getting cancelled for this month. It's even cancelled for today as well. I'm using funded from Dominion Markets. I'm happy with that. Good execution and decent spreads. That's good. I'm actually speaking with Raja about his funded. We want to do something with Piplag. I thought Dubai was open to financial freedom. Dubai is open to it, but the company doesn't want to establish themselves in Dubai. Apex doesn't want to establish themselves in Dubai. They don't want to operate with Dubai. So it's not Dubai that's not allowing it. It's Apex. All right, so 16% voted for London, 55 London NY, most popular, 12% London Asian, 17% all three. In the group here, we have 16 people voting for London NY, 2 people only London. So the people who only voted London, my tip to you is you have to execute on more pairs. Otherwise, it's going to be extremely difficult to be profitable in London with the current conditions. You need to add more pairs. I'd recommend up to 4 pairs during London if you're only trading one session, because you don't have a second session to give yourself a shot. You'll find yourself be a lot more profitable during London doing that. So you want to add something like maybe 4 pairs, even 5. But I don't think there is 5 good pairs. But you want to have something like Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, gold, and DAX. So yeah, 5 pairs. You know? It's going to be a lot more profitable. Possible setup 4 on DAX. Too deep of a close. Can't do much with it. Said the unreported deficit numbers were down for end of 2025. Specifics are online, but that's probably a source of USD strength. So if this candle closes bullish, next one closes below is quite nice. How would you describe the difference between NQ and GC? Massive difference, man. They're two different assets. One is obviously an indice, one is a commodity, first of all. But differences in what specifically? Price action? I mean, yeah, they move differently. Not massively differently. Nothing moves, like you won't notice something move massively, but they have their own characteristics. They're not very the same characteristics. Hi, my friend. I want the right time for London open and close. Have you heard of Google before? It's a very good system we have invented. So maybe take a visit to google.com. You can visit. It's not very complicated. Please do not open Bing and search google.com. You can download something called Chrome. And you can visit and check what time it is for you, right? Type market sessions, right? That's all you have to type in Google. Market sessions. And then you go to baby pips here and you can check what time London. Okay, let's see. London here opens at 11 o'clock my time and closes at 8 o'clock my time. Great. Do you still trade London off stream? Yeah, in the group, if we have any trades that happen after, we normally trade, of course, the majority in the volume time, but it depends. It depends if what happens. But personally, I would say 80% of my trades are in my trading window. Why don't you do Twitter, Harry? You're missing out. What am I missing out from? Can you review this trade I took yesterday? Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So this is on GJ. I'm surprised it was nice to you. Setup 1. Was your watch zone? Yeah, it's good, man. As long as nothing closed back in the range, stop loss here, you have a lot of room, you know. Nice liquidity grab. Yeah, this is cool, man. 1 hour confirmation. It works. I like it. I would say if this rejected here and closed back in the range, you have a choice to go break even, right? But if you don't want to play it safe, then you can manage with something closing above here and just take a managed loss. In this situation, you don't need to take a full loss. Even something closing above here on 15 minute, you can manage. Right? 15 close above, you can manage, no need full loss. So that's the only thing I would say. If this position didn't work out, that's what you could have done. But it did work out. So it'd be nice if this candle can close bearish here in 10 minutes below. It would give us good confirmation. My Forex fund is coming back soon. Let's see if I can get my account back. Really? Did they announce that? They won the legal cases? Interesting. By not doing Twitter, you're depriving a large part of the trading world of representing yourself as a serious contender in the marketplace. It's much more interactive than IG. Yeah, I have seen Twitter. It's a lot more toxic as well. What's this volume on GJ? Is flash dumping? Yeah, it is sending itself down a bit here. Oh, quite nice on daily here. 4 hours, some heavy volume. About to tap target though. If this closed below here, would have been a nice trade, but we're flash dumping. Can someone tell me why we're dumping on GJ? What's the reason? And I'll tell you why. Let's see if someone knows the reason we're dumping on GJ. Are interventions back? Oh, you're close, you're close. You're close. 4 hour bearish. Bank of Japan buying yen. Yeah, almost. Unit's economy is shocking. That's always given. Daily inefficiency fill. Man, I don't know what you like to get filled, but you need to stop getting things filled and start filling. It's the difference. 1,000 lots short. Exactly correct. Almost. Now, one of the main reasons is because the new PM has mentioned that they do not want to let the yen get weak quick. So they're hinting that they could intervene. So market's a little bit scared taking profit. You remember, Bram, huh? Those were the days. Those were the days. I miss old GJ, man. I miss those days. I was a absolute weapon on this pair. Weapon on this pair. And just look at this. It'll come back though. I was watching back streams yesterday. It was so good. Volume straight to TP. Yeah, beautiful. Comes back though. We had it in the beginning of the year. Hey, Murray, this was the exact same example that I planned today. I know you weren't here beginning of stream, but I'm looking for sells today, but I'm not selling till I get below this support. It's also that previous range, right? Remember that concept? So we close back in the range. I'll either sell to it, but I rather sell below it. That's that same concept. So this is an example of where I'm applying it. Because no problem, you could try to trade to it, but then we react at it. Now you're a bit worried. Especially in your scenario when you are mixed bias. If you were bearish bias, I can start to, like I said on that day, argue that, hey, you just expected it to go down. It didn't do that. What can you do? As a trader, you're using everything to your best advantage. So it's not that bad at that point. There's no real excuses. With that 15-minute bottom wick and setup 4 on DAX, good idea. Need breaker structure on 5. Setup 4 is not a good idea on DAX. That candle is too deep. This candle is too deep. You know, DAX is just moving random here. You put this massive stop loss here. What are we looking like? 30 points. You get 18 points. Now you're coming back to break even and it's game over. Maybe. If this closed below tightly here, you could trade to the previous 15 here and see if it continues. That would have been an idea, yes. Running stop loss above current candle wick, possibly more aggressive. You would have just squeezed a 1-to-1. But again, it broke the low first. See, it broke the lows, then retraced. So I don't know how comfortable you'll feel. No 1 minute structure. It's a bit tough. See how gold is doing? Oh, we were just closing bearish trying to get below this, but now we're stuck again. It was looking very juicy. 5 minute was coming down towards the lows. I was thinking we were going to get that move. We have 4 minutes though. A lot can happen in 4 minutes. I would like to see a clean close below here. I was actually not hoping for such a big liquidity grab wick, because if it was only up to here, we could have nice stops, 50 pip stops. Now stops are looking like 70 pips. Unless I can optimize above here, it's a little bit risky. I think the max I can optimize is above like this, yeah, 70 pips. Because that's my management, something close above here. Too many yellow close lines for DAX today. Yeah, there's a lot of orange lines we have. How does this look? Actually, it looks nicer on this. You think GJ will come back to how it used to be? It will come back to a phase where we will see maybe not longs. It might come back to a phase where yen strengthens, and we see that happen. But with this new PM, she's quite on the dovish side, meaning that she's relaxed. She wants to print more yen. She wants to keep interest rates lower. She's not, so simply made, she's not looking to strengthen the yen fully. So as long as the GBP can start performing again, you will see good opportunity. So I'd probably assume next year, you know, by next year. What we really want to come back is DAX. That's what we want. We want Eurozone to kick up again. Because it's been extremely quiet in Eurozone. It's too quiet. So we're not getting any volume back in DAX. Like nice, clean, day-to-day volume during London. Actually, the most volume has been in NY. London has been terrible for me recently. Yeah, not surprised, man. We put a poll in the chat here. And I said, what do people trade, right? And the reason I said this, in case you missed it, is because if you are trading London, you need to trade 5 pairs. Because you only have one shot. You know? You need to trade 5 pairs to give yourself more opportunities. I think London I'm B since August. Yeah, I'm not up much in London as well. It's just like, there is a way to trade London, but it keeps fooling me. That's the problem. So pullback trades are being good, but then it breaks out a little bit. Like we get some gold breakouts. We think breakouts are back. Like it's no brainer on DAX, like at all-time high. I would feel bad not trying to take it. And then what happens London yesterday? All-time high does nothing. What do we do instead? We break out, not even NY, pre-NY. Pre-NY we break out on DAX. Right? And we get the 70-point move we were looking for. But what does London do? London is only good for pullback trades. So you have to just stick to the pullback trades. You have to stick to the pullback trades in London. That's it. That's the key for London. Even if there's days like 5-6 days where we break out, we know month to month pullback trades are paying more. And that was hard to realize. I only realized that now. So I probably in London till the end of the year will be trading pullback trades until I just see a month of breakouts come back, because that means that I could predict much more months of breakouts starting to continue. I'm willing to sacrifice a month of breakouts and just trade pullbacks, because it still means I have a way in. It just means I'm not going to be able to trade the breakouts. But it took all that time to kind of realize this, and it's something new. I've never actually had that in my journey. Is the move in gold futures the same as CFD or it differs? It differs. Price action looks the same, but the price is completely different. For example, gold futures is trading at almost 4,000. It's at 39.86. Gold CFDs is 100 pips more, 150 pips less. So let's see what gold does. I'll be back, guys. Just gonna go toilet and come back. Leave a like in the stream if you haven't. You know the drill, YouTube business. Thunderstorm. So we tap 4 hour. We had some yen news, that's why it dumped. Let's see what the yen news was. Interested to see. Japan's Combinator party to leave the ruling coalition with the LDV. What is that? Don't even know what that is, if I'm being honest. I'm the same boat as you, man. I don't even know what this party is. Liberal Democratic Party, man. Yeah, if it's red, means it's something. Harry, there's an influencer saying that US will dump all the gold they have and buy Bitcoin to back up their currency. What's your thoughts about? According to me, any time physical gold is better than Bitcoin. They cannot recover their debt, guys. It's already gone. Too far gone. Since the 1970s, when they decided to start printing money and not back the dollar by physical gold, do you guys know that at a certain time in history, every dollar that was printed had to be backed by something physical? Now it's not backed by something physical. Right? So they can't recover it. At some point, the whole dollar will collapse, the whole world currencies will collapse, and we'll have a big reset. We'll have a big global currency reset. Check the history of time. Right? Check the history of time. Every single currency has failed. Was a bullish close on my broker. What do you think? If it was bullish on your broker, yes, because you filled this wick so you don't have to worry. I would still watch this just in case. Bearish bias helps a lot, but yeah, it is a thunderstorm. That is a thunderstorm. I don't like we tap target. That is definitely something risky. So that's the one thing I would consider is we tap target. So just be careful, because if it fails, that's what you're going to blame. So as long as you have other factors to go, with bearish bias, it helps. But would it be a wick fill? No, it would be an invalid wick fill. Why? Because we tap target, right? How's 30 minutes? 30 minutes bearish here, so we are breaking 30-minute low, so we could base this off 30-minute. But we need a 5-minute close here in 3 minutes as well. London opening in 10 minutes? Yeah, it is. You ever wish you were a better trader? I wish trading was easier, but then would I enjoy it as much? Probably not, because if it was easier, then everyone could be in the position I am today, which is not the case, right? Then it would be too good to be true, right? It would be too good to be true. You can randomly show up to a screen and start printing money. But yeah, it's not a wish, it's my goal. It's a different. I don't wish to be better, I strive to be better. It's a big difference. Every day I'm trying to be better. So that's the difference. Can we enter shorts on gold on 1 minute if it follows your plan? Not gonna argue at your plan, it's your plan. What happened to my drawings? Hello? Bro, Tradingview. Oh, okay, brought it back. What % return have you made from only trading in your lifetime if you had to make a guess, including crypto or without crypto? No crypto and crypto. With crypto, thousands of percent with crypto. Without crypto, probably about a couple of hundred by now. Do we count what I lost? Actually, in the beginning, I didn't lose too much. Only lost 6 grand. It's not that bad. Could have been a lot worse. Do you ever wish you were ripped like Big Muscles? I train very hard. I train to my best capacity, and I know my physique is as good as it can get for my effort. So I put in a lot of effort into, you know, I was a very skinny kid, and I think I have a above average physique for sure. And I'm happy about that. And I strive to be better every day in all aspects of life. You need to stop wishing and start actually doing. What about this year? This year I'm running around 40%. Not percent R, it's different. Percent account will be more because I'm risking 2-3% of my account. Are you using creatine? Yeah, I use creatine. It's good, helps with cognitive function as well. So we didn't tap anything, we could get a wick fill. Problem is, where's stop loss? That's my problem here. I don't see a place for stop loss. That makes logical sense. Above 5? I mean, yeah, we could try above 560, is not that bad, yes. I mean, after all of this, in the last 2 minutes, it can close above, which would be nuts. How about spirituality? What about it? Hey, Harry, love the channel. If you were athletic, what sport would you try to do or maybe do for fun? I am athletic. I used to, when I was younger, I wanted to be a professional athlete. I did many sports and tried to strive for a professional athlete. I wanted to be professional motocross rider, professional surfer. Did you use your trading profits or save them? I saved them initially and reinvested them. put it in crypto. That's what I did with a lot of my profits in the beginning. It's just reinvested in crypto, and then that doubled my thing. Because I was only making when I started around $3,000 a month, $2,000 a month. So it wasn't much, but I put that in crypto, and crypto 3x, 4x. So over time, that money that added up like that, let's say in a couple of months, you're at 10,000, that 10,000 turned into like 50,000, right? You still do that? Not as much. This year, instead of going in crypto, I went heavy into NASDAQ. So then I didn't have enough money to invest more into crypto. I kept that portfolio as is. And then I invested into NASDAQ this year. And then, of course, I have real estate. So that's it, gone. No more money after that to invest until I make more, right? So I need to work on that. Use NAS as collateral to get more money. I don't want to take loans. They don't give me loans here anyways because I'm a business owner. So you can't get a loan as a business owner unless you keep like $250,000 in your business account. Problem is, I don't make $250,000 from my group. So I can't keep that in my business account. And trading does not count as business income. Right? Trading is an investment income. That doesn't count. So they don't give loans. I could never finance a car. I can't even finance anything here because to have a loan, you need to have $250,000 or at least $150,000 in your bank account. And what doesn't make sense, and this is what's interesting, you can earn here $1,500 a month and get a $100,000 loan. But if you're a business owner and can show that in your own personal bank account you have $1 million, they'll still not give you a loan of $100,000. Can you believe that? Isn't that insane? Like you can ask for $100,000 and say, look, in my personal account I have $1 million. You show them that. I have $1 million. They said no. But if you have a salary certificate of $1,500, right? If you had a salary certificate of only $1,500, they give it to you. That makes no sense. For them, it's more safe the 1K paycheck. Yeah, that's their mindset, right? He's guaranteed that payment from the company. But they're so fucking stupid because the company is owned by an owner who takes that risk. The same risk as the bank giving you money. Because if the owner doesn't pay the check, then he's screwed, and the employee is screwed, and the bank is screwed. 3 people screwed. It makes no sense, man. It would have been nice if I financed my car here in Dubai. And you want to know a hack here? No one knows this. But in Dubai, there's a way, if you can get loans, you can get 0 interest loans here for 2 years. So that's very interesting. So gold closed above here, which is also interesting scenario. What prop firm would you advise? I'll probably FTMO is, you know, long-term being sustainable, I see. Sounds like Canada as well. Yeah. Harry, I just checked your London stream journal. You're up 20% till now, but in the last 4 months, you're only up 5%, only because it's a slow summer. Yeah, that's honest truth, man. In London, I'm up 5%. It's not the best. I know it's not the best, but it's been a lot of trading. I'm happy I'm up, to be honest. But like I said, New York has been overperforming, right? I got funded from New York. I got everything, you know. It's just been overperforming. So yeah, 20% is not bad, to be honest. 20% in one session for a year is the top 0.01% traders, and that's publicly done. No one can argue that against me. I have performed 20% in one session, and look at the difficulties I went. A lot of top traders do not even return 20% a year. That is top trading, and that's without New York. So New York makes up for the rest of my trading. Long-time subscriber, first-time commenter. If you were a professional trader, what would you do when you wake up, when you go to sleep? If I was a professional trader, I'd wake up and I would trade and then for 1 hour and go to sleep. Professional traders, I guess I am a semi-professional trader. It is one of my professions, but it's not. I'm not a professional. Professional traders don't actually trade; they just fill orders. If you trade for a hedge fund, then you are, yeah, I guess that at that point you're a professional trader. So yeah, I think next year I'll probably go get an FTMO account. This year I had an FTMO account. I passed one to see how it was like. It was only a 50K. Didn't share it with anyone, as I did it just to gain experience to help coach you guys, because I'd never tell people something I haven't done, right? Then I saw in the group we had people who were interested in futures, right? So we had people who were interested in futures. So I'm like, hey, I need to go research about futures here. So I passed a futures prop firm and now trade the futures prop firm. And then next year, I want to now open myself to more funding, because I think funded is here to stay. I believe funded will take market revenue from brokers. They're just getting better. Their rules are getting better. Their payouts are getting more consistent. I'm seeing that because we have this revolving door of shitty traders that just keep coming through. So the top of the pack is going to keep on getting paid as long as you're not trying to hit home runs. What do you think about passing accounts on FTMO accounts on swings? This is more safe. You can buy pullbacks, leave for longer time. It's not safe. It's just, you know, what if that one swing doesn't play out? You know, you're looking to make 10% in one trade. To pass it is a bit boring. Can you look Sidiana's trade recently? I feel like agent volume. Yeah, his timing, man. Look at that. Remember we spoke about that timing. Where did he post it though? He posted in swings, right? Saw it this morning. Yeah, see the timing. No previous levels. Yeah, nothing you can do, right? That's what we... Remember when you took the breakout trades, I was showing you that the time was happening earlier, right? 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That's what I was showing you. That's my point. So he's taking it consistently same time. Why did you decide to desert to journal as one? Won't they have two different screenshots? Yeah, I'm posting the second screenshot as well. I'm also a long-time subscriber, first-time commenter. Like the other guy, I have a question. If you made money, society of trading, can you live off that? Or do you need to sell courses too? My courses don't make money, man, that much. It makes money, but it's not that much to be like life-changing in terms of, oh, he's making million. Right now, publicly, I can show you in Zoom, we have 54 people, okay? You can do the math. It pays for sure. And I think I'm deserved that pay with the effort I give and for helping people and how much I charge. I don't charge enough. I think you can make a lot of... I don't sell courses. I wish I did. It would be an easy way to make money. Can I live off trading? Yes, I can. Is it worth my time? Probably not, because I have so much extra time. If I tried to live off trading, I would probably trade more and end up losing. That's number one, because I would say, hey, I want to push for 15K a month, 30K a month, you know? So I would say it's great to have trading as always a secondary source of income as well. For me, that's optimal. Unless you're happy living a couple of years only making 3-4K a month, which is great. 3-4K isn't bad. You know, if you're happy with that, that's fine. But it's going to take time to scale. You know, it's going to take time to scale. And then eventually it comes fast. You can make 3-4K a week once you scale. But you have, that's gonna take time, right? It's not gonna happen in super fast. Like you at least, so you need to be profitable for like probably 2 years, and then to scale, you need another 2 years. So we're looking at 4 years. So in 4 years, yes, but in 4 years, what could I do with a business as well? Aha. So now I said, if I can scale and scale a business, instead of making 15,000 or 12,000, now I'm making 20, 30, 40, 50,000 because I've also scaled the business. I was looking at this here, but I just didn't like the range for my stop loss. Seems like it is valid here. I just didn't know if I could trust a 5 here with the 1 hour, 30 minutes sitting there as well. We're very close to that as well, you see. But maybe I could have gone break even. First time here, I heard a lot about you. Oh, that's nice. Where do you hear me from? What about 25k USD start? How much could possibly earning with 2% risk? Probably like $1,000 a month. 2% risk on 25k is $500. So if you're gonna play it extremely safe at a beginner stage, $1,000. So if you get good, you can be earning around 2.5k. 2.5k. But it depends. Trading is not linear, man. 1 month I'd make 3k, the next month I'd make 500 bucks. The next month I'd make 2k, the next month I'd make nothing. The next month I'd make 5k, the next month I'd lose 500. You know, that's how trading is. If you're looking for a consistent income source, this is not the one. Right? It's very up and down, right? Sometimes you make 20k in a month, next month you make nothing. But it pays, right? It pays for it. Yeah, I wonder how I could have capitalized on this move here without FOMOing in and relying on this close here. Maybe the 5 close would be enough, but when have I used the 5 close? 82 pips for 79. I don't know. I took profit from the 5-minute setup. I don't know how much I trust the 5-minute setup. These setups have been eating me alive, man, in London session. Just been a consistently losing trade. There's a viral rumor on Twitter going around that you're Raja's son. Is it true? Please confirm. They say you live at his home. Very good. Can you please send me the link to that? I'd like to see that rumor. Or maybe you're lying. Maybe we catch you lying. It's not good to lie. What about if you're a good trader, you open 2 or 3 accounts and you copy trade them? Is that a good idea? Yeah, but that's known as scaling, right? I'm interested to see if there's actually someone made a thread on that. Relax, relax. Raja doesn't have such skinny sons. Damn, that's a good compliment. Are you trading London and NY? Can you tell me about your trading setups? I have so many videos on YouTube that will help you. Skills and consistency first, then scaling will make you rich. Yep, scaling is the only way that you can make significant money. And you have to scale from multiple avenues. Similar move on GU. Should be fueled by dollar going up right now. Should be Dixie going up right now. Let's see, where's Dixie? There's Dixie. Not as much as I expected, to be honest. I'm in gold, but SL is heavy. There should be no such thing as heavy SL, right? You should have your risk calculated. So if you hit SL, you know what you're going to lose. Shouldn't be heavy. Do you know how to find investors if I have a track record? Yeah, so that's what I did. And the way I did that was through Connects. So you can look for private investors, but I don't recommend that. Look for someone who has an actual company set up. You can approach companies, man. There's companies. There's platforms like this. I don't like their fee structure. So you're not going to get paid too much because of their fees. But this is a great platform that allows investors to find you, and you don't need to find them. Personally, I found it through contacts here in Dubai and close mutual friends. But this would be a good one. Only problem is their fee structure is not the best. But this is good to see results of how traders trade. I like this. Set some realistic expectation for you guys. Right? This is 3 back-to-back months negative, but still ends the year plus 20%. Most people after 3 back-to-back months negative say, I quit. This strategy doesn't work. I suck. Here's your funded account blown. Look, so you pass your funded account. Amazing beginning of the year. And then you blow it in June. You blow it in June and then your mindset goes to shit. Your mindset goes to shit and you start saying, look, I'm going to quit. I suck at trading. Everything sucks. But this guy didn't. He comes back strong the next month. Maybe you do the same. And then again, you have back-to-back months of negative. Then your mindset goes to shit. You probably blow the account again. Overall, not a good year for him, man. He ended the account the year down minus 5%. But that doesn't make him an overall unprofitable trader. He still manages to continue to be profitable. It's just a trader's journey. That's why I don't like about funded accounts is you have one slip up like this, you're back to square one. That's one issue that I find because it's so mentally straining, right? That's the one thing I like about futures prop firm account is it takes some of that strain away because to pass phase 1 and to get funded is a lot less mentally straining. So basically on a futures funded account, you have to pass phase 1 and then when you do phase 2, right? When you do phase 2, then you basically, the phase 2 is you're going to get paid for it. That's why you reduce risk on funded. Yeah, but what if you go in negative? You know, it sucks even more, right? Because now you're just trading in drawdown. And create a safety net if you're smart. Yeah, but then your mindset's ruined. So you're not creating a safety net because your account's in drawdown. That's the problem. So you have to realize it's very psychologically taxing to have an account in drawdown. No matter who you are or what you've done. When your account is in drawdown, even though you're not negatively impacting your long-term results, you feel like you are doing something wrong. You are behind. And that's totally natural to feel like you're behind. Right? It's totally natural to feel like you're behind. But that tendency, we lose in patience. No matter how good of a person you are, no matter how mentally strong you are, at some point you're going to get impatient. But in trading, especially funded accounts and even live accounts, that impatience costs you. And then good things take time and then bad things happen quick. That's why most time when you lose and you go on a losing streak, it happens quick. It doesn't happen slow. The gains are very slow. The losses are very quick. Why? It's because of impatience, and then it's like a certain market condition that happens as well. So you can have the market condition plus an impatience. You put those two things together, you're being impatient in a market condition that is not rewarding you, it all goes to shit. Whereas if you were impatient in a good market condition, you suddenly make profit very, very fast and you account that to luck. You're like, shit, I was lucky in the market. I was not doing a strategy. My strategy was all built on luck. You know? So then you just thought you got lucky to generate results. It wasn't lucky. It was you were being more aggressive in a condition that supported that aggressiveness, being impatient. You got results faster, but then you couldn't sustain them because now you still had that impatientness. You were still moving fast. But if you move slowly during the time when the market was moving good, and you move slowly during the time where maybe you were impatient and you were breaking your rules, or the market was not supporting your strategy, because there'll be a time, every single strategy is flawed. There's times where strategies perform well and where strategies perform bad. And if you're slow during the times when they perform good and slow during the times when they perform bad, because you can't predict when they're going to perform bad because it just happens. We don't have a magic ball. You can protect your capital. Right? You can protect your capital. So you won't have such a harsh downswing. Yeah, you'll have a couple of losses, when I had in the summer month that 4 losses, that was max. And then I slowly gained it back. It didn't go downhill super fast. Right? That's the difference between why things happen fast and why things happen slow, you know? So then you look at it at a big picture and you realize that slow gains are best, right? 17% year, 20% year, 19% year, 9% year, right? You notice that taking things slow is usually better. Like from this data, this guy has data from 2017, longer than me. Automatically, he should quit trading April. He should quit trading April, right? This is why you need to collect information. He should quit trading April. April is shit for him. He's only made shitty profits in 3 times in the last almost 10 years. You know? 6, 7 years. So April should be a month off. If I was him, I'd take April off and enjoy my day. Look at this year. Imagine you've been trading profitably for the majority of 6, 7 years. You come to 2025, boom, 11%. 11% you lose. Funded account blown. After all this time, you blow your funded account. You're like, shit, I just can't get good at this. You know? He trades metals. FX and metals, that's what it said. We want to see guys with small accounts because they're more than likely going to risk a little bit heavier. See if we can find a small account. 29k. Let's have a look. How 29k is doing. Still, it's like, this is 10 years of data. He's negative for 2025. Not a good year for his strategy. Negative 7% this year. Negative 7% this year on his strategy. So his strategy is not performing for the year, but that doesn't make him an unprofitable trader. What do you think about instant funding? Probably a scam. Shows how hard it is to be retail. Yeah, you just need to capitalize off it from... according to this data, YouTube traders are gods. Yeah, they're fake. That's the point. Like my results, you've seen my journal. Someone analyzed 20% this year. That's already, I'm happy with that. If I can hold that and preserve my capital and end myself 20% for the end of the year, I'm very happy. It's not a bad year for me. Then when I scale capital like that, I can milk the markets easy. Next year, I'm coming in big. I'm setting up a lot of things this year. Next year, I'm coming in very big, very big. I'm even considering... Actually, I won't discuss that. I don't want to discuss that. Even the best trader I know, Umar Ashraf, who makes thousands on month, he's also down 1 million this year. No, I think he lost 1.5 million this month, but he's still something up. But yeah, he took a big hit this month, man. He lost like, 6 months worth of profits. How do you lose 6 months of profit in 1 month? You get things wrong. You know, you get things wrong. You stick to a bias that is a wrong bias and you double down. Is he legit? I don't speak on people who are legit and not legit. It's not my business. I only care what affects me. If they're not legit, does it affect me? No. If they're legit, does it affect me? No. So why should I care? Feel like a proper trader won't let that happen? Depends on your trading style, right? So if his trading style is to add into positions, then his risk is going to naturally increase. Tory trades hold a 250k drawdown breaking rules. What do you think about that? What if it went the other way? Maybe she has a bit of luck that time, but if it went the other way and she didn't hold through that drawdown and it lost, then she also loses 6 months of progress, right? That's my point. It actually closed with big profits. Yeah, but see, this is what people are so blindsided about the profits. Oh, it closed profits, amazing. No. You are not lucky like that. I'm not lucky like if I get stuck in that position, I'm taking the loss. That's how the markets have always worked for me. Like I promise you guys, maybe hopefully it will change, but I'm always the guy in the market who, if I try something in hopes for it to work, or I try hold through a drawdown, it always fails. I've never been given a gift from the market being like, ho, this has worked. It's just how it works for me. I am the guy who people will tell me that the markets are 50-50 and I'll still lose. I'll still pick the wrong direction every time. And that's not only me. Everyone is? Yeah, I agree. And it's not because I'm unlucky. Your luck is deserved. It's built. So my point is that it's, yeah, okay, got out of profits with that, but what's the risk, you know? 250k. People all look at the profits. Sure. Give me, you know, it's easy. If you're making XYZ millions a month, yeah, I could, that's my point. If I was making from my other businesses 700-800k a month, I could risk 20-30k a trade. I could leverage the shit out of my position. And I'm showing to everyone online I'm making 30-40k a month. But they don't realize, look at the position I'm in. Right? Look at the position I'm in. And that's what people need to realize. So they think it's achievable. It is achievable, but not like that. It's not going to happen overnight. So it's this game we play, you know. That's why I told you, if you're looking to scale, it'll probably take you 3 to 4 years to scale. Get profitable, then scale. At the same time, imagine you started a business at the same time. Anything. Or you had a job and you're getting better at your job. You're a consultant, whatever it is. How much more money could you make? That's my point. So that was my perspective. My perspective was, I'm going to start other businesses while I scale. Harry, do you think 7-8% per month is realistic on average? Depends on how your strategy is performing on that year. I've done it multiple times. 2023, I was averaging 15%. 12%, 15% I was averaging. 2024, I was averaging 8%. So it depends on what market you're trading. Is Pip Labs going to get more pairs added like ASX? I trade. Yeah, you can leave a suggestion, man. If you join the Pip Labs Discord, you can leave a suggestion and we can add that. We can definitely add that. We're happy. And a way to add a suggestion as well is to go here, click our support, and you just need to type. Sorry, I experimenting with something. But anyways, I was experimenting with something, and you can go to the support page and you can leave feedback there. It speaks multiple languages. If you don't speak English, it's okay. If you prefer to speak, that's what I was testing. I was writing how people write here. So yeah, it does work pretty nice. Man, Joel's still pumping profits here, right? Make sure to give PipLabs a try. This is a tool that you're going to need in your journey. Trust me on this. If you actually want to be serious and pass a prop firm challenge, please do pass it first on PipLabs. Save your money. You can write to it in French. It will reply in French. You can write to it in any language. It replies. You know? You know? It will reply to you if you're replying in C. No problem. I spoke to it in French. It replies to me in French. Speaks Arabic as well. Everything. It's very cool. Marhaba. Such a classic way. Marhaba. What a mess on DAX today, huh? Look at this mess. That you can actually read Arabic is crazy to me. Respect. Yeah, I grew up here, man. It's kind of like, you know, you mandatory take it in school, but what school teaches isn't that good. Ask it to buy or sell. No, it doesn't. We don't program, but let's see. Oh, it's come back in Arabic. Look how I spelled English. Very good. Before I can assist you with buying and selling, please provide me your email address. Yes, very good. Yeah, it only verifies if you're a member. Good response. Watching you live, I've made 12% and passed my challenge. I was in drawdown last week. You're amazing, bro. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that happened. And good job on you, man. Ask it what Bunda means. It's not a chat GPT. It's an agent. I only need 30 pips to pass the challenge. I'm sweating. Don't think of it like that. Think of it, I need 1 or 2 good trades and focus on taking good trades. And that's it, man. That's it. That's all you have to do. So maybe it takes you 2 trades to get that 30 pips. Maybe it takes you 1. Just focus on the trade. I use ChatGPT with my health analyze my data. Yeah, it's not bad. Especially if you train the model, right? We train the model to give a really interesting feedback on the new platform, right? So now we have fully catered AI insights, right? That's one of the features on PipLabs is we have the AI insights, and it's very powerful because we've catered it and made sure to make it extremely clear for users of actionable steps to take, right? Actionable steps. Not much volume today? No. If I ran these stops, I wouldn't have got a 1-to-1, unfortunately. 85 pips for 78. Would have been one of the most annoying trades. You know when you have that annoying trades? Right, you have an annoying trade where it's like right next to your TP but doesn't hit TP. Hi, how you designed your website? Very clear and amazing. Yeah, it's much fresher than the last one. Do you use AI to design? No. I paid a designer to make this website. We put a lot into this. Hi, what do you think is better long-term, going break-even on trades or securing incomplete profits? There has to be a good reason to secure an incomplete profit. Going break-even is optional as well. If you run the stats, it's 50-50. Mentally, I prefer it. But if you run the stats, it's not really too game-changing to move to break-even. But it's game-changing for my mental state, which I value in trading. I value that. I value that. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Not really seeing much here, unfortunately. I really wanted to close below here to continue down. I'm gonna see what NY brings. NY has been very, very, very clean. So today I'm looking to run it up in NY. Thank God I didn't enter anything on DAX. That is just diabolical price action, man. This is what you do not want to see in your session here. You really don't want to see this, right? So we do have a free journal feature. Still a potential sell on gold breaking below. You want to sell gold breaking below this support here? Yep, that is true. That would be not bad. I'm also thinking if we can sell back towards these lows. If we can come retest a little bit 4-hour support instead of selling below the lows, I like to sell back towards the lows. It's been working a bit better in London than trading at the lows, I've found. Sometimes this is the one that wants to fake out. Whereas if you can get here and it fakes out, you either can take profit or you're back to here. That's what I've noticed. Because these are not been working the best for me, breakouts of highs and lows in London. So I'll be seeing if we can get like a setup 5, I call it. What is this trading platform and what time you come live? Monday to Friday, 9:45 a.m. Dubai time. See you there. So have a great weekend, everyone. Much love. Take care. And hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Cheers, cheers.